Out with the old and in with the new. Welcome to LendFi, which is going to be the brand new version of AADA Finance, which was just announced earlier today. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Fareed, and in today's video, I want to break down this recent article released by the formerly known as AADA Finance team, which is now branded over to LendFi. So this is going to be a pretty short and sweet update here, but I want to break down number one, why they actually changed their name, and then number two, what we can expect here from this protocol building on Cardano, which has gained a ton of traction here over the course of the last 3 to 4 months. I think they've now over 4x'd the total amount of TVL on their platform, and their token has been appreciating, which is now worth one LendFi token or one AADA token, the equivalent of 10 ADA. So a lot of appreciation here and a lot of adoption for this platform. And as I mentioned, they've just rebranded over to LendFi. If you guys aren't already following them on Medium, I recommend you go ahead and do so. And feel free to check out the description down below for the link to their official Medium article. So it states here that as a part of being the first DeFi pioneers on Cardano, we officially rebranded or are rebranding to LendFi, ushering in a new era of accessible, secure, and reliable lending. If you aren't aware, this particular team was, I believe, the first peer-to-peer DeFi lending and borrowing protocol to launch on Cardano in the early portion of, I believe, around the June to August timeline of 2022. So they've been on the mainnet for almost a year now. And as I mentioned before, they were one of the first protocols to launch on the network in the DeFi space. Now, their name was a little bit of a tricky spot here, which is actually a big part of why they're rebranding, and they touch on that here. So as we all know, AADA Finance has been providing peer-to-peer lending solutions to the Cardano community, but its name was a challenge to many. AADA, when spoken out loud, is often mispronounced or misspelled. Moreover, it causes confusion to newcomers, given the fact that it's so similar to Cardano's native token, which is ADA. I couldn't agree more with this particular comment here. I can definitely say that when I first found out about the platform, I was confused and I didn't actually understand why they were so similar or why their name was so similar to the Cardano native token. So I think they've been doing a lot of listening to their community, and that is reflected here in this recent name change. After long consideration encouraged by our community and partners, we've decided to rename our project to LendFi. So next they're going to break down exactly why they've chosen LendFi, and then they're going to break down what we can expect here from this up and coming platform. So LendFi, the name is easier to remember and reflects the essence of our protocol much better. The word LEN or LEN is a reference to the full word lend, while Fi signifies finance. We're confident that LendFi will become more recognizable and attractive to newcomers. So not only are they going to be upgrading their offerings in terms of peer-to-pool lending in addition to peer-to-peer, but they're also going to be rebranding all in one go. I've been mentioning and talking about the fact that this team has been voting, or has officially voted, I should say, to pass a proposal to spend 147,000 of the LendFi tokens in order to bring more awareness to the crypto space and their V2 version of their protocol. If we do a little bit of math and compare that to the current valuation right now of the token, that's, I believe, around 1.5 million ADA, which will be going towards their marketing campaign. So this team is gearing up for something huge, and we're going to be talking about a little bit of their price action here in just a minute. So moving forward, as expected, the rebrand will not affect their core vision, and the platform will remain the same. Their mission is to make lending and borrowing on Cardano secure, easy, and accessible. And then their team will also remain the same, as well as their dedication to achieving this mission is now even stronger than ever. They've also got a pretty cool screenshot here of what we can expect in terms of the updated peer-to-pool platform, which I really want to break down here very quickly. So if I go ahead and maximize this here and get myself out of the way, what we now have is the overall TVL on the application. To the right of that, we can see the top pools in terms of their performance and some of the collateral, as well as the APR that you can earn by supplying to those particular pools. And again, keep in mind that because you're going to be using a peer-to-pool version or upgrading to peer-to-pool, you're no longer going to have to wait for somebody on the other end or a third party to actually verify or approve your loan. You can come in at any time of the day or night and get a loan instantly using the LendFi platform. So what we have right below is going to be the option to view different pools, loans, transactions, and farms, which I think is going to be new to me. Again, given the fact that they're not going to have liquidity pools on there, I'll be interested to see what kind of offerings they provide to the general public. Now, right below that, we've got the token that you can supply into the actual pool. We've got the collateral that a borrower must put into the pool if they're looking to take out the supply token. And then to the right of that, we can see the available supply, the supply APR for anybody providing their liquidity to the protocol for others to borrow against. And then we've also got the borrow APR, which is going to be a little bit higher given the fact that this is what is going to be paid out by the borrower looking to leverage the LendFi protocol. So right below that, we do have a user dashboard in which we can see the total amount supplied, the utilization rate, and then also the stake pool, which some of these funds might be delegated to. I did touch on the fact that these pools will be controlled by the community, and anybody looking to add a pool can do so. And I believe if you create a pool, you'll be rewarded with an NFT that will actually allow for you to delegate some of the underlying assets within that pool. So if you've got some ADA in the pool, instead of leaving it sitting there, similar to what we have with, for example, MinSwap, you can actually put that to work by delegating that to a stake pool operator. So that is going to be it there for that brief update in terms of the peer-to-pool. Now, to avoid any confusion, they will be retiring the AAD V1 and V2 version names, and they're just going to be calling it LendFi. Moreover, they will be retaining their old P2P features in addition to peer-to-pool, providing the best of both worlds. This was a little bit of news to me. And again, I think it makes sense, right? Anybody who still wants to operate in that old manner can still do that. But if you want to go ahead and get that instant loan, leveraging peer-to-pool, you've also got the ability to do that as well. Right below that, we've got the conclusion here. And so I'm going to wrap this up. But what we can see is going to be the screen when you're actually looking to borrow some liquidity from the LendFi protocol. So from here, we can see we've got somebody looking to borrow 25 of the LendFi tokens at a 2.15% APR. And as collateral, they've got to put up 100 ADA. And we can see that there's going to be a total of 4 ADA in terms of fees, 2 ADA going towards their batcher fee, and then 2 ADA going towards a deposit fee. So pretty simple and pretty straightforward. And they'll be joining the likes of Meld as well as LQ or Liquid, again, leveraging peer-to-pool lending. In conclusion, the team is thrilled to embark on this brand new journey with LendFi as they remain committed to creating a sustainable lending protocol that meets the community's needs. The next thing I want to briefly touch on again is going to be the price appreciation of the actual token itself. And as you guys can see right now, one of the LendFi tokens is now worth a total of 10 ADA. Keep in mind there's only a short supply or a small supply of 29 million tokens, which is a lot smaller than some of the bigger platforms that we see, which have more than 100 million and sometimes even up to billions of tokens for their protocol. So this particular asset will be valued a little bit higher than some of the other protocols, which have a much bigger supply. And so this fact is expected, and the actual appreciation of the token again reflects somewhat the supply of the assets currently available on the market. The next thing I want to briefly touch on here is that the website itself has not actually been updated just yet. However, all of their documentations surrounding the platform have been rebranded to reflect LendFi. So as they begin to actually update that application URL, make sure to go ahead and actually access the platform using the right link. Otherwise, you may not be able to access the right platform. Now, I believe that they can probably set up some sort of redirect, but again, we'll have to see that announced here very, very soon. If you guys want to find out more about the V2 version of the platform coming online, definitely make sure to go ahead and check out the docs. They've got a really good breakdown here of exactly what we can expect and exactly how this is going to work with all of their liquidity pools. I believe that is going to bring us to an end here for today's video. I think the last thing I wanted to mention is I'm kind of curious as to what is going to happen with the current token, given the fact that it's still labeled as AADA. Obviously, they'll be working with all the DEXs as well as all of the analytics platforms, for example, like TapTools, to make sure that they are rebranded. But I'm wondering if they're going to maybe airdrop some of the LendFi tokens to current holders after a particular snapshot, or if they just plan on riding this wave out with the actual AADA token. But given the fact that they're rebranding everything else, I'm not really sure that it would make sense for them to stick with the AADA token. But again, as that news comes out, I'll make sure to go ahead and provide you guys here with the latest news and updates. If you guys found this particular video to be helpful or insightful in any way, shape, or form, I would really appreciate it if you guys could tap that like button. If it's your first time stopping by the channel and you want more content like this, consider subscribing. And if you have any questions for me surrounding LendFi or Cardano in general, then please make sure to go ahead and leave a comment down below. That said, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video.